What if everything you've been told about getting rich is wrong? What if working harder, saving more, and even going to school won't actually make you rich? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the truth. Most people spend their entire lives chasing money and never actually become wealthy. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because they're following a script that was never designed to make them rich. And today, I'm going to show you the real truth about becoming rich. From childhood, we are taught one simple formula. Go to school, get a degree, get a job, work hard, save money, retire rich. But this formula is broken. In fact, it was never meant to create wealth. It was designed to create workers. Even legendary investor Robert Kiyosaki talks about this in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He explains that schools teach you how to work for money, but never how to make money work for you. And that's the first truth. Rich people don't work for money. They make money work for them. Most people think, if I earn more, I'll become rich. But that's not true. There are doctors, engineers, and corporate executives earning six figures, yet they're still broke. Why? Because income doesn't equal wealth. Wealth is what you keep, not what you earn. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, didn't become wealthy overnight. He became rich because he understood one thing better than almost anyone. Compounding, money growing on top of money, over time. While others were chasing fast money, he was building slow, unstoppable wealth. Here's something most people ignore. Time matters more than money. If you invest $100 at age 18, it can be worth more than $1,000 invested at age 30. Why? Because of time. Time allows your money to grow exponentially. This is why the rich focus on long-term investments, assets that grow over time. Patience, while the poor focus on quick money, instant gratification, short-term wins. Here's a simple question. Is your lifestyle making you richer or poorer? Most people buy things to look rich. Expensive phones, luxury clothes, fancy cars, but these are not assets. They are liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. Again, Robert Kiyosaki explains, the rich buy assets first. The poor buy liabilities and call them assets. That's the trap. Becoming rich is not just about money. It's about mindset. Rich people think differently. They ask, how can I make money work for me? How can I scale this? How can I build systems? While others ask, how can I get a higher salary? How can I save more? Even billionaires like Elon Musk focus on creating systems, not just earning income. Because systems create freedom. Hard work alone will not make you rich. Let that sink in. There are millions of people working 10, 12 hours a day and still struggling financially. So what's missing? Leverage. Leverage means using something to multiply your effort. Technology, money, people. The rich use leverage. The poor use only effort. That's why one person can make millions, while another barely survives. Here's the harsh truth. Most people never become rich because they fear risk, avoid failure, follow the crowd. But wealth is built by doing the opposite, taking smart risks, learning from failure, thinking independently. So what actually works? Here's the real path. Increase your income, skills, business, side hustle. Invest consistently. Buy assets, stocks, businesses, digital assets. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Think long-term. This is not exciting. It's not viral, but it works. Most people think debt is normal. Credit cards, loans, EMIs. It feels like a part of life, but here's the truth. Debt is one of the biggest reasons people stay poor. Rich people use debt differently. While the poor use debt to buy liabilities, the rich use debt to acquire assets. Even investors like Warren Buffett avoid unnecessary debt, because debt steals your future income. Every dollar you owe is a dollar you don't control. There's nothing wrong with a job, but relying only on a job is risky, because a job gives you income, but a business gives you ownership. Ownership is where wealth is created. Think about it. People working at companies earn salaries, but the owners build wealth. That's why entrepreneurs like Jeff Bezos became billionaires. Not because they worked harder, but because they owned the system. You get a raise, and suddenly, better phone, better clothes, better lifestyle. Feels good, right? But this is a trap. It's called lifestyle inflation. The more you earn, the more you spend, and you stay stuck. Rich people do the opposite. They increase income, but control expenses. That's how wealth grows silently. Schools teach math, but not money, and that's a problem. Financial intelligence is understanding how money works, how investing works, how taxes work. Robert Kiyosaki calls this the biggest gap in education. Because without financial knowledge, even high earners stay broke. One income, but one risk. If it stops, everything stops. But the rich build multiple streams. Business, investments, side hustles, digital income. Even billionaires diversify. Because income security creates freedom. Your environment shapes your future. If you stay around people who complain, avoid risks, fear growth, you will stay the same. But if you surround yourself with Thinkers, builders, risk takers, you grow faster. As Jim Rohn said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Most people don't fail because of lack of knowledge. They fail because they never start. They overthink. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work? But successful people take action first and figure things out later. Even Elon Musk faced multiple failures, but he kept moving. Action creates opportunity. People say, taking risks is dangerous, but staying the same is even more dangerous. Not taking risks means no growth, no change, no wealth. The rich don't avoid risk. They manage it. That's the difference. Getting rich is not fast. It's slow, boring, consistent. But that's why most people fail. They want quick money, instant success, overnight results, but real wealth takes years. Warren Buffett once said, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." The biggest change is not external, it's internal. You don't become rich by doing rich things sometimes. You become rich by becoming a different person. A person who thinks long-term, controls emotions, makes smart decisions. Wealth starts in the mind, before it appears in your bank account. Now you know the truth. Not the fantasy, not the shortcuts, but the real path. So ask yourself, are you ready to think differently? Are you ready to act differently? Because your future wealth depends on what you do next.